Hello and welcome to Henry's Java Programming Tutorials. I will be using Eclipse, which is this window I have open right now, and as you can probably tell by this thing up here, I'm on a Mac. So I will be going over from the basics to slightly more advanced topics of Java, and you don't have to use Eclipse. You can use Notepad++ and Sun.java and all that stuff. But I prefer to use Eclipse because I find it makes the programs a lot faster. So, I'm going to delete this project and make a new one so I can show you how to make a project. So you go to File, New, Java Project. Here you type in the name. So I'm going to name it Basic, and finish that. Then you click on your folder to expand it. There are these two things. You want to right click on SRC, New Class. Classes are the basis of all Java. It's like an object. It has variables. It can do stuff. It's really cool. You will get a better understanding as my tutorials progress. So you're going to make a new class, and I'm going to call it main, just because it's going to be the main class we're using for the beginning programming. And it makes you this nice little thing that we often use for making our programs. The one thing they forgot to do for some reason is you have to put a tab here, because I just like to have it indented so you can see. You can't just put tabs anywhere, or else we'll go over that when we get into loops. But so now we have to put the main body of our class. So when you've got multiple classes, what the computer does is it will look through all your classes for the main part of your program. It's a function called main. Once it finds that, it will only run the main function. It won't run other functions randomly. It will find the main function and run it. And in the main function, you may run other functions. And that's how you implement other classes and stuff. So to make the main, you have to type public static void main. Then you add brackets and these things, which make the body of your method. You have the header and the body right there. So you need to add some arguments, which is something that the user will input to the method. It doesn't actually come into play in the main one because it's special, but it will come into play a lot in other stuff. So string with these things, space args. And that is the main body of your program. We're going to do all the programming in here. So now that we have that done, we're going to start with the basics. Printing stuff out on the screen. This is where all your stuff will get printed out in your console. If you don't have a console, it'll come up when you run your program, which, by the way, you do by pressing on this little button right here. So, there are three ways to print something out. There is, you can print, or you can print line, or you can print format. We're going to be going over the first two in this tutorial, because the last one you really need to know variables, and I'm thinking it might be its own tutorial, and because it is a pretty complicated subject. So, you have to type system.out.print to do the first one. It'll often enter stuff in that like that for you. I just delete it just in general, and it's going to get an error here. That is because you can't print out nothing. You have to print something. You can't just, because like, what's the point of printing out nothing? So let's start by printing out a number, like say 4. And now you see the error went away because we're going to print out the number 4. And we run this project, and you run it, and it will type out 4. See right there? And right there. So, also, you can print out, I'm going to copy this and paste. Actually, you know what? No. You can also print out text, but it has to be, if you want to print out letters and stuff, you have to have it between these symbols. So, I'm going to print out one of the most basic programs ever. Hello World. Shift exclamation point, because I'm pretty excited. And so that's the Hello World program, and basically this will print out Hello World on the screen. So if you run this, it'll print out text. And you don't have to worry about it printing out these symbols, because as you can see, it skips over them. So, now we are going to copy this and paste it and just take out the hello. So, supposing I want to say hello world, and then Andrew's like, you know what, I don't think they got that you actually want to type out the world. Andrew's my brother, by the way. He comes in and he's like, why don't you say world again on the next line? So I put this in and I have it type out world. And I run my program, and wait a second, it says hello world, world. So, what you need to do is you need to have print line. What print does is it says, I'm going to print everything inside these brackets. And, what print line does is it says, I'm going to print everything that's inside these brackets, and then I'm going to press the enter key. I'm going to move to the next line. So now when I run this, it's going to go hello world, because this little jump right there, that is the print line doing that automatically. And that is the basics for printing out, and as you can see, my cursor could click down here if I had a print line, like right here, and ran that. Now, as you can see, it goes hello world, enter, world, enter. As you can see, I can now click on both these areas. So that's it for this tutorial, and well, yeah, I'll teach you about variables in the next tutorial. And please subscribe to my channel.